Alright, for this video I wanted to go through some 2024 tax season and refund updates. So we'll talk about refund processing timelines, the PATH Act, give you an update on this HR 7024 bill, the American Families and Workers Act, and we'll talk about the regular filing deadlines and these extended deadlines that are going to apply to some Michigan taxpayers. Now I've also got the congress.gov website up here for this tax relief and American Families and Workers Act, so we'll have a quick look at this. I think this is worth noting. And then we've got the IRS website on that relief for some of our Michigan taxpayers. So we'll talk about processing timelines for those refunds. So the good news is we are starting to see refunds go out, right? The tax season opened on January 29th, and so if you filed electronically, you're looking at 2 to 3 weeks to get your refund check. The holdup is always this PATH Act. So a lot of taxpayers had their refunds delayed up until recently under the PATH Act. So if your tax return showed a refund for the earned income credit or the additional child tax credit, which are both refundable credits, the PATH Act prohibits the IRS from releasing that refund until at the earliest February 15th. Now that February 15th has passed, those delays have been lifted. So if you have either of those credits, you should start to see your refund come through soon. Maybe by the end of February, so March 1, you might see something hit your bank account. Now, this tax relief for American Families and Workers Act. So this passed pretty quickly in the House. Now it's over to the Senate. So what this is designed to do, amongst other things, right, there's a lot of things in this bill, but it was hoping to change the refundable portion of the additional child tax credit from $1,600 to $1,800 per child, and it's retroactive. So it actually applies to 2023, even though it still has yet to be passed. Now, this was passed in the House on Jan 31 and sent to the Senate, and as of now, we really haven't seen much progress. So if you are curious to track the progress of this bill, if you go to congress.gov, you can look up these bills, and they have a lot of information here. Obviously, the text of the bill, all the changes, the amendments, but we can see here when we look at all actions for this bill, it was received in the Senate on February 1st, 2024, and there have not been any changes, right? So there have been no updates since it's hit the Senate, so who knows what's going on with it, all right? So unfortunately, that's still kind of left to be seen whether or not that will get updated and you'll get this additional credit. But for now, the recommendation is still to go ahead and file, and if the change is made, the IRS is supposed to update your returns automatically and then send you a difference for the amount that you should have got. Now, filing deadlines. These are always important to keep in the back of our minds. So March 15th, 2024, which is coming up here soon, that's for partnership and S corporation returns. So if you're filing a Form 1065 or an 1120S for your business, that's got to get in by March 15th. Or you can file a Form 7004 for an extension. April 15th this year is the deadline for individual returns and corporate returns. Last year was April 18th because of the holiday and the weekend. But this year, April 15th falls on a weekday, and so that is the date for 2024. Now, these extended deadlines. So very often, unfortunately, when we have storms and natural disasters in the U.S., FEMA will come in and designate certain areas as disaster areas, and the IRS will often provide you relief if you live and work in that county. You can get an automatic extension on certain types of returns. So they have designated a lot of counties in Michigan as these disaster relief areas, and so it has automatically moved a lot of filing deadlines for returns to June 17th. Now, I'll put a link in the description below, but the returns that are going to be automatically extended, so filing and payment relief would be in this section. So I'll put a link to this IRS newsroom bulletin so you can look up more details on your own time here. But basically, if you have returns, so for example, individual income tax returns that are going to be due April 15th, so a month and a half from now, they are automatically extended to June 17, 2024. And so there's a variety of other corporate returns, partnership returns, payroll tax returns. A lot of other returns are automatically being extended. And this applies to even stuff that was due in 2023, right? So even stuff that was supposed to be done in 2023, they just now look back on it and said, hey, we understand that you were going through some terrible times, and so we're going to automatically move those deadlines back as well. All right, so that covers it for this update. I hope that was helpful. As always, appreciate you watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next update. Thank you.